So I never thought I would be making this kind of video, but you know what? That's why in life they say,
never say never, never say never, say never.
I used to walk these roads with you.
Hey guys, my name is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. As you guys already know, this is my channel Sabrina Rose, where I make videos 1 to 3 times every week. So thank you guys so much for joining me and coming back to my channel. Today's video is actually a requested one by one of my Rosebuds, and I actually follow her on YouTube as well. She's another YouTuber. She's a college vlogger and her name is Ty Lee. I'll have her page up so you guys can go and check her out. Her and her boyfriend are super funny, always have me rolling in their vlogs when I watch them, or when I do get the chance to watch them. So if you're watching this, hey girl, hey, and thanks so much for requesting this video. And as you guys see by the title, this is going to be a brow tutorial slash my brow routine type of video. So I decided to show you guys 2 ways of how I do my brows, how I do my like natural brow, and then how I do like a more glam version. And they're both going to be like super simple and easy to do and follow along. I decided to make it a talk through because I think that would be best, and I'll just show you guys also like the tools that I use and just tips and tricks and stuff like that. And as you can see, I got my eyebrows freshly done, girl. As she requested, I was like, okay girl, I got you, boo, I got you. A lot of times I show my like how I do my brows in my videos, so that's why I thought I would never do like a brow routine tutorial, but you know, when a subby asks. So I think I'm gonna do this one, my natural brow. This is my left brow and this is my right brow. I'm going to do more glammed up brow for this one. And what I like to start by doing is combing my brows out with a spoolie. This is a standalone spoolie you can get by e.l.f. I think it's super important to have a standalone spoolie in your kit or in your makeup bag. I know pencils come with spoolies a lot of the time, but sometimes they're not like soft, sometimes they're really hard, and sometimes some people don't like using pencils. They like using brow powders or brow pomades. So I think it's always good to have a standalone spoolie, and this one is just $1 and you can get it from e.l.f. and you can get it at like off their website or from Walmart or Target, wherever they sell e.l.f. products. So I just like to start off by brushing out my brows. I brush them outwards towards the tail and I brush the top part up. And now we're gonna start off with the more natural brow. I'm gonna use my favorite brow product. This is like my favorite brow pencil. This is a BH Cosmetics brow pencil in the color Ebony. It's their studio brow pencil and it's pretty affordable. Depending on the sale, you can catch it anywhere between like $5 and like $7.99. So it's really affordable, less than like NYX, less than the high-end products obviously, and I really like it. It's a really small tip, so it's really nice to make those hair-like strokes on your eyebrows, and it's retractable as well, and like it just gives off like the slightest amount of product when you go, so it's great for making natural looking brows. And as I said before, it is retractable, which I really like that about this brow pencil. So I'm going to use that for this eyebrow. But I usually like to start off at the top right here, and I just go in and lightly kind of draw my top line, going all the way down to my tail of my eyebrow. Now the tail of my eyebrow stops really short, as you can see. Usually you want to extend your eyebrow out to at least the corner of your eye. So right here is where I like to usually make my first line stop. And then I will go and do the same thing with outlining the bottom and making those 2 connect. So now I just go in and I lightly fill in my middle and ending portions, and then I'll show you guys how I do the top of my brow here. So now I'm ready ready to do the top portion of my brow, I just like to extend out the top of my brow in the front a little bit. And just so you guys know, this product does come with a spoolie as well. And I usually take the spoolie and kind of like correct that and make my hairs kind of like go in a line to each other. So if like I over or under draw the top of my eyebrows, that's what I usually do. And then I lightly, like with strokes going upwards, fill in the top of my eyebrow. And this is just like really light. I'm barely applying any pressure. And then I'm going to take this spoolie from the brow pencil and just brush those hairs up in the front. And that is basically it for my natural looking brow. Like literally this is all I do, my natural looking brow. And especially if I just got my eyebrows done. So usually when I get them freshly done, it's super easy to do my eyebrows, and I usually don't even like to use concealer a lot of times when I get them freshly done, but I am going to show you what I would do if I want to have a natural looking eyebrow, and the concealer that I use if like my hair is growing in and I need to cover that up, or if I just want my brow to be a little bit sharper. So if I was to conceal underneath this eyebrow, for my natural look, I usually like to go in with a concealer that's like my skin tone, or at least close enough to my skin tone. And I usually use the LA Pro Girl Concealer in Toast to do so. If you guys watch my videos, you know I use this like almost all the time when I'm like correcting hyperpigmentation around my face as well. And then the tools that I use to kind of like brush it in, I use this brush from e.l.f. And this is like one of my newer brushes that I just started using recently, and it's just like a flat top straight edge brush, and it is amazing for cleaning up your eyebrows. If you want some sharp brows, honey, this is the way to go. But if I don't use that, then I use a concealer brush, and I use this one from Eco Tools, and this is like my old faithful. This is literally like one of the first brushes in the first brush sets I had probably like 7 years ago. Like this brush is old, it's been through it, but it is great. It's like long lasting, definitely. OG brush right here. So yeah, this is what I would use if I don't use the e.l.f. one. And finally my camera focuses so you guys can see. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of concealer under my eyebrow, just a little bit, because like I said, sometimes I don't even use concealer under my eyebrows, but just for the purposes of this video. And then I put a little bit on top, and I'll show you guys a trick on how to not get those like halo brows, because I don't do that. And I'll just like keep it right there. And I'm gonna use my concealer brush for this side since it's a darker concealer, so it really wouldn't matter as much. I just basically blend out the product, and then I blend it out towards the front and into my skin, and you guys can see this concealer blends into my skin very well, so no harsh marks or anything like that. And then I do the same thing for the bottom, extended it outwards towards like where the front is of my eyebrows are, and then I just clean up the tail a little bit. And now after that, if like I went in a little bit too much with concealer, I would just quickly take my brow pencil and extend my eyebrow tail out a little bit, and then just go under and deepen my line again. So yeah, that's really it for my natural brow. And you can see my natural brow compared to my like regular eyebrow without any product. I think it looks really good. What do you guys think? Now onto my more glam brow. I like to use 2 products to make my more glam brow. And just so you guys know, the products that I am mentioning, if you guys watch my videos, you know I use like many different eyebrow products. Sometimes I use other random pencils, or sometimes I use my e.l.f. brow little kit thingy. I think I'm gonna do a video in the future of like my top affordable brow products, but the ones that I'm showing you in my eyebrow routine video right now are my favorite products. They're like my holy grail go-to products that I like to use. So with that being said, the 2 products that I like to use most of all for a more glam eyebrow is my ColourPop pencil. And I have two. I have one in black and brown and one in banging brunette, but I like to use the one in banging brunette more because I think it's not as harsh on my eyebrows and it gives me more of a natural look. It just looks better on me. If I want a like more dramatic look, I'll use black and brown, but I usually like to use banging brunette pencil instead. And it comes with the spoolie as well. But the only thing about the ColourPop pencil that I don't like is it is not retractable. So if I put it up a little bit, and you can hear the clicking noise that it makes, I can't push it back down. So you have to be careful. You have to like only put out a little bit at a time. And it is a little bit more creamier than the BH Cosmetics one, and a little bit darker too. The strokes aren't as fine as with the BH Cosmetics one, but it works out the same. And then the next product that I like to use after I use the brow pencil is the ColourPop brow pomade in black and brown, which to me matches the color Banging Brunette so much more. But that's just how I feel how it looks on my skin. So this is how the product looks, and you guys have seen me use this before, and like I said, it is in the color black and brown. So now I'm just gonna fill in my eyebrow with the pencil again in the similar fashion that I did with this one. So you guys can just see how I do that. I'll fast forward through that until I get to the part with the brow pomade. So now that I basically finished filling in this eyebrow with the pencil, I'm going to now move on to using the brow pomade, and I'll show you guys how I use that. I like to just take any angled eyeliner brush, to be honest with you, that's clean, and the one that I'm going to use today is the one from EcoTools. And I usually like to put it into the pomade and then focus it on the outer half of my eyebrow, kind of 3/4 to half of my eyebrow, and just darken in my eyebrow. So it's basically already shaped and filled in for the most part. We're just deepening the color right now with the pomade. Then I like to put a little bit of the pomade in the front, and I dip it in very lightly, like dip. And then I use upward strokes with the brush on a horizontal to do the front, like very lightly, and it just darkens the front a little bit. And now I'll go back in with my spoolie and I will clean up the front. I will just brush it up, and that will just distribute the product and lighten it a little bit. And then I like to go over the rest to make sure the product is distributed really lightly. So as you guys can see, this is my more glam eyebrow and this is my more natural eyebrow. There's not like too much of a big difference, but there's gonna be a bigger difference once I use concealer to clean this side up. I like to use like a lighter concealer to clean it up, but not too light, the same that I would put underneath my eyes. So either like Fawn or my favorite Maybelline. This is the Maybelline one in 30 Cafe. As you guys know, I love this, and it's really creamy and easy to blend out, so that's why I like to use this one if I want to use a lighter concealer. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of the concealer underneath, and then some right here on the end. And this is the little trick to make sure that you don't have halo eyebrows. And I'm going to use my flat top brush from e.l.f. to just blend it out underneath my eyes. And this is gonna make you have like such a sharp and precise brow, this flat brush, and only for $1, guys. So if you're balling on a budget, this is a great brush to get to clean up your concealer. And now I'm gonna do the top, and I'm gonna do the same thing, blending it out. And I like to bring my point of my tail down to make my tail nice and sharp. And then I'm just gonna take what's left and blend it out on the top, so that way I get like the shadow of the concealer and not like a really harsh concealer line. And then I just turn the flat brush on its side and I just blend it out that way. You can also use a buffing brush to blend out your concealer on the top and on the bottom if you're not already wearing eyeshadow. If I use a buffing brush, I can use the one from Real Techniques that's like this, and I have like some random brand ones too that I can use to like buff it out. And this just makes sure that you have like no harsh marks. And then I just like to take what's left over on my brush and just put it in the middle. So that way everything is like just nice and blended together. That is basically it. This is the natural brow versus the more glam brow. On camera, they kind of look the same. This one is just like a little bit darker. And then this is an optional step. I don't always do this like at all, but you can choose to put brow mascara or brow gel on top of your eyebrows to just set them, especially if you have like hairy eyebrows or eyebrows that just always like fall out of place easy. It's great to use some brow mascara or clear mascara or brow gel on it. A good one that I've heard it's good, I haven't never used it, is the one from Maybelline. I think that one is actually a fiber mascara. Sometimes they make your eyebrows a little thicker too if you have thin eyebrows. A fiber mascara is good. Or you could just use some clear mascara from like Maybelline, CoverGirl, or e.l.f. They all have clear mascara. I have a clear brow gel that, let me run and get that real quick. If I was really trying to be extra, that's what I would put on to finish the look. Okay, so I'm back, and the clear brow gel that I have is the one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. But you guys definitely don't have to get something like this. Any kind of clear mascara or brow gel will work, to be honest with you. I don't have eyebrows that really go out of place like that. But like I said, if I was trying to be extra, going somewhere fancy, really wanted my eyebrows to stay in place all night or all day, that's what I would use. And I just brush a little bit on the top and over my brows on both sides, and you would like literally be out the door. Just let it dry and you will be out the door. So yeah, I think that's all the tips and tricks I have today for like brows, guys. If you have any questions that I can answer, any questions about this video, just let me know. Let me know if you guys liked seeing my brow routine and brow tutorial. Thank you, Tylee, for requesting this video. This is just how I do my eyebrows. You can do your eyebrows whatever way you want, girl. Okay, this is just two of my favorite ways to do them, and I just want to share with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I will see you later. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. What are you waiting for? If you're not following me on my social media links, I will leave them somewhere down here so that you guys can see them real quick. And I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.